Hi, everybody. I am Jordan.
And hi, I am Celia. And this is
Bad
Bad Hoes Rising.
Episode 1.
See, it even says it on there.
We're official.
We
We need
are official.
we need a bigger board though.
We even made, oh my gosh.
I'm just saying those letters are kind of small.
I feel affronted.
Feel attacked
Mhm.
because you have been attacked.
I feel very caned for.
Okay. Party.
Okay, babe.
Is that a good segue?
I have to leave that in. The whole mess. So we should talk about how we know each other.
Oh, okay.
Because this relates to Wheel of Time.
So my big sister and her big brother were friends in school.
Yeah, in high school.
In high school.
The tea is that my big brother was friends with her now brother-in-law.
Right.
And then her now brother-in-law, his name's Pip, that's a nickname. He's in the school system, so we can use that. But Pip, he fell in love with this woman.
They lived in Virginia,
Uh-huh.
and he lived in Georgia, and they had like a long distance relationship for a little while, and my sister went to our mother and was like, "Mom, I can't live without him." And my mom was like, "Okay, wig, he's moving in, right?"
Yeah.
And so he moved in with us, and they've been together ever since.
Well, the tea is that after they graduated high school, Pip and Jen moved back to Georgia.
Yes.
And so I don't even remember meeting Pip and Jen. I have known them my whole life. And at their wedding,
Same.
yeah, same.
They lived with us for a hot minute.
Yeah. And so when they had their wedding and all of Jen's family came down, that was where we met. And I will insert a clip here of us at the age of 5 and 6 at their wedding. And that was where the seed was planted for our first sisterness.
And also, that's where the seeds were cultivated. Because Pip was already reading Wheel of Time.
Yeah.
Was already appreciating Wheel of Time. It was just a matter of time before we were mature enough to be like, let's read some Wheel of Time.
So like time skip.
We're into the time slip.
12 years or so. Celia moves to Georgia because Pip and Jen are expecting their first baby.
They had already had her.
Oh, they had already had it. Okay.
It was a month after when I came, because my mom went immediately. And then she was like, "Celia, you need to get your ass down there and take care of your sister's babies." I was like, "Okay, let's go." And so I moved down to Georgia from Newark. And I've been here for 4 whole years. And that's where I met my beautiful and gorgeous fellow bad hoe.
Yeah, that was where like our friendship got rebooted. And we just fell right back into it.
It was like so easy.
And then like a year after that we decided to start reading Wheel of Time because we both loved reading. We were both book nerds, really loved fantasy, young adult novels, manga, anime. Nerd alert, major nerd alert.
Major nerd alert.
Of all of the things. And
For real.
I mean, show them your mug.
My
Show
mug,
it to them.
It's a Sir Hawk mug from Seven Deadly Sins.
I-
Which she also got for me for Christmas.
It's because I know you so well.
That's really true.
So we had always wanted to read Wheel of Time, mainly because of Pip, who was a major
Always talking about it, and Jen too.
and Jen too, yeah. But they were major fans of Wheel of Time, and we were just like, we didn't know if we wanted to commit because I mean it's 15
whole books.
Yeah. And
And
they're
it's
not
a lot.
slight either.
They're not, and they're not at all. At times, they're not easy to read.
Yeah.
It slows down. Sometimes you're with a character you kind of hate. And you just
Hashtag
wanna,
Loins of Chaos.
absolutely.
We're gonna have to get into
most hated book.
We're gonna have to get into all of the names we've given the books, the different
Loins
names.
of
Yeah, Loins of Chaos.
Okay, so the Buy of the World,
They're all nasty.
Yeah.
Can you tell?
the Great,
Mm-hmm.
And then
sometimes the Great Scrunt, if
Yes.
there are children present.
And then the Drag Queen Reblown, which was coined by this beautiful creature in front of you. And then, of course, Bad Hose Rising.
For Shadow Rising. And then Pyres of Lovin'.
Fires of Lovin'. For Fires of Heaven.
Loins of
Loins
Chaos.
of Chaos is Lord of Chaos. And then, I don't think we went past that, did we? We're still having problems.
Yeah,
with those.
we're still coming up with all of them.
Our correspondent, Bad Ho, Nolan.
Oh, yes.
He helps us decide all of these things. He's also making his way through Wheel of Time.
He is on Loins of Chaos.
Yes, he's on Loins of Chaos
Hence,
right now.
hence all the talk about Loins of Chaos, probably because we're getting refreshed because of him.
He also read New Spring after Fires of Heaven.
Yes, which
And
we
finished New
both
Spring.
did not do. We read it.
I read it in between, but I think it was after Knife of Dreams because I wanted to have more Robert Jordan writing before I read the Brandon Sanderson books. Not that, Brandon Sanderson was fabulous. He did such good job. I can't deal with it. The last 3 books are stupendous, and I don't think it would have happened if Brandon Sanderson wasn't such a beautiful writer.
And such a fan, too.
Exactly.
Like, applause to him, because, he was, the ultimate fan.
And I didn't really notice that big a difference in voice change from Robert Jordan to
I didn't
Brandon
really
Sanderson. But I think it's because Brandon Sanderson really understood Wheel of Time.
He knew the characters
and
so
Robert
well.
Jordan's what Robert Jordan was going for. You can tell we've got our merch.
Our merch from Taver and Tees.
And from Jordan Con.
Yes. Jordan Con, when it gets closer to that stupendous weekend in April, there will be a video talking about our previous experience at Jordan Con, because let me tell you, our luck was in.
That.
You won
On the
Twat
Purdy.
Yeah.
Oh, geez.
You were Jono's sponsor. And
it's because I dove for that Jello shot, and he was like, "Bitch, let's go!"
it's but this channel is really just going to be a whole lot of shenaniganery all the time.
A lot of reviewing books.
Just general nerdy stuff. Specifically book heavy, but we might end up doing a monthly favorites of all of our favorite things.
We're currently reading.
Yeah, what we're currently reading, our to be read list, taking any recommendations from everybody watching.
Oh my god, all the recommendations. Oh, and hell yeah, we want to know what you guys want us to read. I'll always read Wheel of Time 5 million times, over and over and over and over.
Yeah, that meme of the Kermit being yeah, wants to read XYZ, LOL, reads Wheel of Time for the 5th time or something. That's her. That is, you are that
I'm
Kermit.
currently on the Great Scrunt.
Is he looking at Celine and legs?
Spoiler alert, but he's joining the hunt for the Horn of Valier that was stolen from Faldara. Swan Sanjay was like, "Okay, bitch, I know you can channel and shit. I ain't gonna do shit about it. Go find the horn." And the dagger for Matt.
Oh yeah, that little tidbit. Don't forget about it.
Don't forget about the dagger, please, Lord Jesus, don't. Adam Fane can go to hell.
Shale Ghoul would turn him away.
I don't think anyone ever liked Patton Fane.
No. Even from the first book, I was like, who is this guy?
He's kind of a dick.
Yeah, I loved Tom right away. I trusted Moraine right away, which is something that you and I differ on. But
and Nolan trusted her too. But that didn't take away from the love I had for Moraine. I still loved Moraine. I just didn't trust her ass all that much.
If you guys follow our Instagram and Twitter,
Bad Hose Rising for both of them.
Yes, you can see all of the memes, because we love memes, but we especially love Wheel of Time memes.
We want more Wheel of Time memes, so like if you guys can produce some more, we take them.
And tag us in them, we would love to see.
Or like if you want us to post them on our Instagram or on our Twitter.
Yeah, if they're especially scandalous and you are afraid to post them, we have no shame. We're also gonna do some vlogs sometimes because like that's what you guys really want. That's what you want, us in our element.
Us being full weirdos.
In public.
In public.
We have cutie boyfriends now.
We do have cutie boyfriends.
You might see them on the vlog. We shall see.
Oh,
my boyfriend would like to have a career at IBM, so we might not do that.
Wig.
We had talked about doing a podcast for a hot minute, and we were encouraged by my mother specifically to do this because we have made her like almost pee herself on several occasions talking about things that she doesn't even know about. And she's just like, I don't even know, but I'm still entertained.
She doesn't know what's going on,
No.
but she's still fully into it.
Oh, yes.
And, well, you would always give her, like,
I would give
an
her
overview
the tea
of what was going on, so it feels like she knows the tea about Wheel of Time.
Like when, spoiler alert. Spoiler alert.
Spoilers.
Oh. Squibity. When I was reading Pyres of Lovin' and Moraine died, I know, my heart, I told Mom about it and my mom was crying.
For real!
And she didn't even like actually read them, she just heard me talk about them.
Because she knew that Moraine was the pivotal character. And that, spoiler alert, when Cadsuane comes in, Cadsuane can't do shit.
Because Cadsuane fucks everything up.
She does not. She doesn't fuck everything up. She just tries to give Rand tough love. And what Rand needs is not tough love.
What
he needs is a big old fat hug from his daddy.
I know. That made my heart
And from
melt.
Moraine. I feel like if he had gotten the hug from Moraine, he might not have, spoiler alert, tried to kill his dad.
You will do well, Rand. I just love how Matt is always like, I don't wanna, but I'm gonna have to because nobody else will. And at the heart of it, Matt's just the best person ever. If you ever read about Kier, tell him Jane Farstrider died clean. I am surprised you don't have that tattooed on your body somewhere yet.
I'm working on it. I want to get the golden crane of Kier first.
Oh yes, and we need to tell them the tea about how this girl loves her some land.
Let's start with Jordan first. Jordan, as you can see from the stole over there, is the Amyrlin seat. She is Egwene Elvire.
So official. My mother made this for me.
For the first Jordan Con we ever went to. And so
I will insert a picture here of us from Jordan Con.
Jordan is Egwene, and I'm Nynaeve. Because I'm insane. Hashtag tug in my braid. It's not braided right now. It's usually braided, but it's not. So I'm Nynaeve, and I obviously love me some Lan. Lan is the fabulous man. He's stupid, but he's fabulous. He's smarter than most of them, though. That's what I love about him. And he's more accepting than most of them.
Yeah, he's like the only one after they find out about Rand channeling that's just like,
yeah, like
you want to go practice
Matt,
the sword.
His best friend is like, no, I don't like you anymore. I'm terrified of channeling. I'm gonna go over here. And Lan is like, yeah, I'll teach you how to use the sword. Come on, let's go. Let's go.
Veering away from Wheel of Time, it's so hard. We are going to also kind of be keeping tabs on the show.
Yes.
Because that just makes us super excited.
Okay, we're not kind of keeping tabs on the show. Well, I am 100% keeping tabs on the show. I follow everything on social media, all of the actors who have been revealed to us, Reef Judkins, Wheel of Time on Prime, like their Twitter handle, all of that. I'm following all of it, making sure I get all the updates, and I know what's going on.
So we'll probably let you know what's up
with the TV show. As of right now, they've started filming, and they're filming in Prague, which is, Prague is so beautiful.
I kind of live in a hole I don't keep up with social media that much, and I hadn't seen the picture posted about the river from said Two Rivers, and I squealed.
Terran Ferry.
You right? Oh shit!
You know what I'm saying? It could be
It
that.
could be that river they have to cross.
Right. What I'm so looking forward to is Moiraine's speech to the townsfolk. If they don't include that,
I'm gonna die on the floor.
I think it's pivotal because that's where Matt gets the call. You know what I mean?
Yeah, they learn about their roots.
heritage.
Honestly, like even in Shadow Rising, when they go back to the Two Rivers, or Perrin goes back to the Two Rivers, you know, they kind of reference that you know they're gonna fight,
Right.
and it's just like because this is just what they do, this is how they are. And then when the Two Rivers men who leave to join Perrin and the Wolf Guard and whatever and fight for Tarmangan, yeah, they're like, you know, we have to, like that's our
It's
nature.
who we are.
We
Two
are
Rivers
Longbow champion.
Mm-hmm.
I have the same shirt. We were going to match, which we are matching like half of the time we see each other in that shirt.
Your fortune rides like the sun on high, the fox that makes the ravens fly.
Look at his soul, lightning it die, snatches the moon right out of the sky. Or snatches
9 moons.
9 moons.
Right out of the sky.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah.
50-11. But not.
So should we talk about what we're currently reading right now? I'm going to cover this up because it is a library book, and I don't necessarily want you to see what library I got it from because I live within 30 minutes of that library.
But
This
you're
is-
telling me that you didn't get it from your library.
We don't have it at our library. I had it sent there. I also work at a library. Maybe I should have said that. I am an assistant librarian while I'm going to school to be a nurse. I wonder how this is going to affect my medical career.
Oh, you didn't talk about how you're a yellow.
Oh yeah, I am a yellow Aja, but like, there's definitely parts of me that are green too. When I finish nursing school, I asked if Celia and Nolan and my mom and all of my peoples would get me a yellow Aja shawl and keep it until I finished, so that when I graduate, you know, we can go through that whole ceremony. I am going to fully cry.
It's okay. We'll be there. I'll be in my green shawl. You know, we'll go ahead. We'll really go ahead. We gonna do it. I am green wholeheartedly. I want 12 million orders. That's it. I am naive, but I am the green naive. I would love to be a healer, but if Tarmangan is on the horizon, bitch, you know I'm gonna be fighting. I'ma have to.
I feel torn like that too. Like if it was the end of the world, that would definitely. If I was being raised
But I
to Aes Sedai
understand.
around that time,
If it's the end of the world, people need to be healed.
yeah.
I get that, but I want to be in on the
be
fighting.
I'll be in Mayan. LOL.
LOL.
Open up a gate and
Oh,
see me.
God. I'm having flashbacks to a memory of like with the gates and they're watching the battle go. Anyway,
The fact that Matt thought of that he's so smart.
the fact that they did that like on the fly,
Uh-huh.
all of that stuff they figured out during battle.
Also, Matt is her brother-in-law.
Yes,
110%.
he's
You
is
wanna-
Matt from Coffin.
You want to know what it's like to play Monopoly with Matrim Coffin? It's not fun.
It's not.
You
But the-
might end up crying by the end.
And it's always like an 8-hour long process. The only person who's ever beaten him is my mother, who is really like, I'm dying to dress her up like Cadsuane and take her to JordanCon.
We're getting off on a tangent.
We are. We're ranting about
we were
Aiel
talking
Heights.
about.
Yes, I am currently reading Brandon Sanderson, The Way of Kings. It's very good. This is actually, I own the Mistborn trilogy. However, my boyfriend's roommate, who also, you might be able to see these 2 books here on the bottom, he just gave me his copies. We like a lot of the same books. He has yet to read Wheel of Time, and the second that I can crawl through my storage unit and squirrel out the remainder of the series that's not A Memory of Light and New Spring, I will be starting Jackson on that. However, he was talking about this book, and I was just like, you know what? I was originally planning to read Mistborn first, but then I was like, you know,
Why not?
I'm just gonna have to go ball in on this.
Balls deep. Let's go. And look, she's balls deep.
Uh-huh. Yeah, I am like 650 something pages, and it's real good.
It's like a third of the book.
I know. It's crazy.
That's
like
2/3 of the book. I'm sorry.
yeah, it's crazy that like this starts out at like 1,000 pages, and this is just the first one.
book.
Yeah, so it's really good. I feel like I'm only scratching the surface, and I'm 650 pages in, and that's kind of ridiculous.
I mean, if it's good, it's good.
It is good. I'm just like, you know how when you read a fantasy book and at the beginning, like the first half of the book, maybe the first half,
Daunted by all of the names and all of the.
well, not just that, you're just trying to figure out what the heck is going on. And this one is going to read this after she finishes reading,
Which is the last book in the series.
Mm-hmm.
The first book is Stalking Jack the Ripper. Miss Jordan is the one who got me into this book series.
Because I am like one of the few people in Celia's life who can recommend her a book.
That I actually like.
Uh-huh.
And Pip.
Yeah.
I read all of Wheel of Time.
Yeah, it's true.
And so this book series is set in the 1889. This is the one where this one starts. So Stalking Jack the Ripper, obviously, is about stalking Jack the Ripper. But it's kind of a twist, and it's a girl in this day and age, I know, in the 1800s in general, a girl who likes to dissect bodies and find out how things work. And
The tea is that without her uncle,
yes,
she would have never been able to do any of this.
No. And because of her uncle, she learned so much about it
'Cause
that
he's the
started
coroner.
solving things.
He's the coroner, right?
He is the coroner, and
He
he's
also
the one
teaches.
they go to try and figure out the Jack the Ripper case. Stalking Jack the Ripper is the first book, and then
Hunting Prince Dracula is the
Hunting
second,
Prince Dracula.
and Escaping from Houdini's the third one.
Yes,
And then this one,
is
they've
capturing the devil.
they've made their way to America.
America.
Yeah.
And
The first one was set in London, obviously, Jack the Ripper. The second one was set in Romania.
Romania.
And then the third one was on a boat on their way
On the way to America.
Yeah.
So this is
got-
about H.H. Holmes.
Also,
Nasty.
we do love ookity spookity true crime.
yes.
Listen to Ghoul Intentions.
Ghoul Intentions!
That podcast is amazing.
It's got two voice actors who we adore.
Yes.
J. Michael Tatum and Jamie Markey, and they do ooky spooky all the time, 24/7.
It's true.
They
Because
go into history. They
hysteria.
do the hysteria, and I even submitted to their ghosticles. They have the Ghoul Intentions episodes, but they also have little mini episodes called ghosticles where they take submissions. I actually submitted a comment, and they read it, and I was so excited.
Celia, she messaged the group chat, which is me and Nolan,
Telling
and
them
she
I'm
said,
famous.
I am basically famous now." And I was
Because
like,
they read my comment.
I was like, "LOL, what happened?" Because that was just how she started. That I'm famous.
I'm famous.
I would love to meet them at a con.
I would love to meet them in general.
Yeah,
And it sounds like they meet a lot of people at cons,
they do.
and they love meeting people at cons.
It's true.
I
I really need to submit the
need to
story
submit
about
some shit.
the story about my house. I grew up in a haunted house, not in a bad
The
way.
house that I live in right now.
Yeah, we're very entwisted. Our lives
Twisted.
are very entangled. Her sister and brother-in-law bought the house that I grew up in and that my parents still owned, and they had rented it for a hot minute, and they decided to buy it. And also, my first car that I had
Is my current car right now.
because Celia
Her
did.
parents love me.
This
and
is
we're like,
true.
oh my god, you don't have to pay us. You just have to, cart my baby around and make her safe. Feed her. Which I do.
Yes, my parents found out that she was nannying this baby
Mhm.
without a car.
I needed a car desperately.
And Mom and Dad were like,
What if she needs to go to the hospital?
and so they were just like, just take it.
That's what I do for a living, by the way. I'm a nanny for my sister's 2 babies. One is 10 months old and one is 4 months. 4 months? Yeah, 4 years old.
Oh, we should tell them about how we slapped each other.
Ah! You can't just say that.
Story time.
I had read it was in the prologue of which book? I don't remember which
Winter's.
book.
I think it's Winter's
Is
Heart.
it Winter's Heart?
When Elaine and
Avienda become
sisters. Yeah.
And I read that and I was literally in tears because I was like, that is such a beautiful process because, you know, you have to answer the questions honestly, and if you don't answer them honestly, then you can't ever become first sisters. You can never have that chance ever again. So you have to be honest, and then twice you must smack each other as hard as you can in the face.
Yeah.
And so me and Jordan, once Jordan had read this, she was like,
Oh my god!
This lady, she had read this and she goes, Jordan, I could never do that to you. I could never do that to you. I read it and I was like, bitch. Let's
Go!
she was. And I was like, I don't want to hold my beach. And she was like, shut the hell up. Come over here and smack my ass. Not my ass, but you know what I mean. We were at the house and
the Hobbit Hill House.
we were just, you know, we were like, we're going to do it. We're going to do it.
We had witnesses.
And after we had finished, I don't remember, we were probably playing Catan. Once we finished whatever game we were playing, we were just kind of sitting there and we're like, okay,
it's time.
let's pull up these questions. And so we answered the questions, and then this is where we got to
The smacking part.
oh my god, this bitch almost knocked me out. Okay,
both of us saw stars.
Saw stars
for
like,
sure.
because you
But that's
really
the-
you have to hit as hard as you can.
Because it's a sign of like respect. Like
It's a sign of respect, and it's also
you have to believe that they can like take it.
that is, I think what a lot of it is that I'm gonna hit you now,
And if I'm ever angry at you,
and if I'm ever angry enough to want to hit you again, I will remember that I already hit you and that I don't need to.
yeah. My boyfriend, when he first saw Celia and I together, like in person, he was just like, I just can't imagine you guys ever being like upset at each other or like really fighting. I mean, sometimes we're like, what do you want to eat? I don't know. What do you want to eat? I don't know. What do you want to eat? But, you know, we never fight.
We don't. There's no reason to fight.
No. And there are definitely differences in our personality. Celia is more likely to be angry than I am. But
I'm a hot-headed. I just 0 to 60 real quick, like Nynaeve. I mean, it just happens.
yeah.
But with my Jordan, I usually just get upset for Jordan.
Yeah, if anything happens to me and I'm like, Celia's like,
You coming for my baby?
and anywho, we've been closer ever since.
She has a death wish the size of your ego.
The size of my what?
Death what? The size of my what? Birgitta Silverhoe.
Silver hoe.
You should really check out our Instagram and our Twitter because we post memes on there.
We post some dank ass memes.
Wheel of Time memes, not just regular old memes, because we want to see an increase in Wheel of Time memes. Once we have, like, once the first season comes out, we'll have, you know, gifts that we could use
Oh yeah.
to make memes.
I do love a good gift. I just want them to make it all the way to the part where all the girls want to bond Rand, and Lan is just in the background like puffing on his
and Nynaeve is like dying on like a puffer fish. She's like, "Excuse me, what are you doing? This is heresy."
Don't you love this?
I do.
I don't even know where it came from, but I'm just like,
It's like that disco ball.
I'm just stroking it. The tea is that I live in my godmother's house, and
What
this fabulous thing that we are sitting on actually came from a Chinese restaurant, and
It's booth.
yeah, it's a booth, and she is just like yard sale Santa. Like, I don't know how she comes up. She finds all this really cool stuff.
And it's all over.
Everything, yeah. So one day maybe we will do a house tour / vlog / backslash. I don't know.
I want a message to come from all this, and I really want y'all to go read some books.
Yeah.
Because there are millions of books out there, guys, and they're maybe not all the best books. I mean, nonfiction isn't the best for me, but like, you know, I like me some fiction. I like high fantasy. You know, go find what you like. Go, you know, try different genres,
And book friends are the best
book
friends.
friends are the best because they can, you know, you got this
Relate.
tiny little list that you want to read books, and then you have a book friend, and it goes from this list to this.
Once you read the same story, though, it like brings you closer together. Because reading, especially reading a long series, it's a life experience.
Well, I feel
It's like, oh my god.
speaking of book friends,
Mhm.
not just book friends, but going to JordanCon in particular
Yes.
was like joining a book family.
Yes.
It was
For
like,
real.
oh, it was such a
I
great experience.
haven't been to many cons in my life.
Neither have
However,
I.
yeah. But like,
It was so.
it was immediate. Like, they were all just like,
Oh my gosh, is this your first time?
you're like,
Yeah.
Do you need help finding something?
And so, like, you become part of like this book community of people who've read all of Wheel of Time. You know, there was,
and also Brandon Sanderson and like Brent Weeks. He was the
Right.
guest.
and then like all
That-
of these other books that are being promoted at JordanCon.
The authors that are there.
It's amazing.
It's
And the artists.
yes.
It's just a community of people who love to be nerds together.
Can we talk for a minute about Ariel?
Ariel Burgess.
One of these days, we're going to do like a Watt
Can you
artwork.
She does Wheel of Time fan art, and we met her at JordanCon. We were at the con suite where we were
Yeah,
having,
we were getting some pizza.
we were getting some dinner, and we were gonna go to see Ariel Burgess after we got food
Yes,
and get
because
her to sign.
yeah, I had bought this lovely thing that I'm holding this way for effect. So I had bought this lovely fan art rendition of Egwene, and it was like sticking up out of said bag. It was sticking up out of the bag, and we were going outside of the artist dealer hall, whatever,
Mhm.
and we crossed paths with Ariel, and she was like, "Hey, I'm going to." She just randomly came up to us because
Because she saw it.
Yeah, because she saw it.
And
sitting
she was
on
like,
the-
"That's mine."
yeah, she was like, "Oh, that's my art," and I was like, "What?"
Are you kidding? You're Ariel Burgess? What the hell?
Yeah.
Hi.
She was like, "I'm going to a panel right now, but come back
Around 4
4.
or 5.
Yeah,
something
and
like
I'll
that.
be back at the Tavern Teas booth.
So I'll
Sign it, yeah. And anywho, that time like came and went. We went back to Tavern Teas. She wasn't there. We went to the con suite. We were just like, man, I hope we see her sometime this
Mhm.
weekend to get that happen. And she was there at the con suite, fully
She
there.
was eating food,
She was.
and we were
Having
just
a-
like,
Oh my god, it's Ariel Burgess, look at her go!
She had told us that she was looking for us. Like, we
Mhm.
were looking for her, and we were just like, that's so nice.
I know, like she was seeking us out to
Uh-huh.
sign that poster.
Mhm. And also,
So we just
No.
sat there and had a good conversation with her.
we did, and she didn't just sign it. She like wrote something at the bottom. We absolutely love all of the casting that they've
Oh yeah,
done for the show.
100%.
110%.
So excited.
Before the show, like the cast was announced, this was her previous like fan art rendition of her. So we love everybody who's been picked. We love. Isn't her name Maddie? Madeline? Yeah, Madeline.
Madden. It is Madeline Madden.
That's a mouthful. So she had, but before the cast and everything was announced, like I said, this was her rendition before that. She said, "Oh my God, you look like Egwene. You look like the Egwene that I did, like the drawing that I did." And so, this is it. Isn't it beautiful? And at the bottom, she signed it.
And she
Wrote, "Be like Egwene, the Watcher of the Seals, the Flame of Tar Valon, and it proudly is sitting. It's
Hanging.
hanging in my room all the time, 24/7. And everybody who like just meets me and like hasn't seen my room
Says
Says-
looks exactly like her.
yeah, they're just like, that looks like you.
Rafe Judkins, he is an uber Wheel of Time fan, which is why I'm so excited about this. And I also love how the cast is so into, you know, being a part of it, and it's just, it makes me so happy.
It's true.
Because, like, they post pictures of them having, like, the books, and they're reading the books, and they're trying to, you know, do research on their characters, and it's just...
They all seem
I
to
love
take
that.
it really seriously.
Exactly.
Which is good.
Which is very good, because, I mean, if they were not, I would feel disrespected.
Yeah.
Because this is, I mean, it
I
took us
also-
a year to read these books, and we fell in love the whole way with all of these.
10 months.
Was it 10 months?
Yeah.
Almost a year.
Yeah. Which, by the way, we didn't think that that was like a quick time.
It was not in our, I mean,
Yeah, to our standards, we were like, we should have been done by now. But then we talked to a bunch of people, and they're like, shit.
you did it in less than a year.
Why?
We also,
Finished it right before JordanCon.
it was
the
the
night
night
before.
it was 11:30, some shit like that, and we finished the last book. We were, we had the audiobook on, and it was on 1.5 speed, and we had the book open in front of us, reading along.
And we were crying.
We were crying
So much. I think we are drawing to a close.
I think that was a good episode.
If there's anything else you want, anything else you want to add?
And like, if you have
Crappiness.
suggestions and like organization for these kinds of things, I don't really know. how
Feedback. We need feedback.
We need
is
massive amounts of feedback,
Mhm.
please.
Yeah, we are probably going to do like an episode about individual Wheel of Time books, like summary kind of, and then we're also going to do like our monthly, like what we've read in that month, whatever. Celia's going to read The Way of Kings after she finishes Capturing the Devil,
And I'm still continuing to read Wheel of Time while reading these other books because I'm a weirdo and I like to read books at the same time. I like to multitask.
See, I'm like that way with audiobooks, but like I have to have just the one that I'm like currently reading.
If I'm having trouble finding something that I really want to read, I have to read a bunch of things at once. Because there's that one old reliable, which is Wheel of Time, and then there are the other books that I'm like so about. Like Conan. I want to read the Conan books, but I'm having trouble
Can
getting
we talk
into
about
them.
how Sheik says Conan?
I don't know why I have to be caned for about this.
The first time you heard me say Conan, you died on the floor for like 10 minutes. Because I kept saying it. And you're like, Conan? That's not how you say it.
It's Conan.
It's Conan. That's how my dad says it. That's how my entire family says it. Conan the Barbarian.
Bell squee bye.
Thank you so much for watching.
Yes.
Leave like and subscribe, please. Even if we're so, we'll get better.
Yes, we are learning. Be gentle with us to our comment section, but feedback.
Please.
Bell squee bye.
Bell speed, bye.